Hey guys, and welcome to Cannabis TV. In this short interview, I speak with Karen Gray, where we discuss the consequences of Brexit on acquiring cannabinoid medicine and the best route of action needed to maintain a long-term solution. Make sure to like and subscribe, and join us on Patreon, where you can help build a stronger cannabis media platform. Now then, let's talk cannabis. I was actually thinking that just before I came on here, since the last time I spoke to you, there's been like the Brexit situation, there's been fucking COVID. Next time there will be aliens.
Aye, there will be.
No, there will be like, so how you doing? You okay?
All right, aye, just doing away and aye.
We're the same, just try to get through the lockdown process, try to maintain activity. That's the main thing.
Aye, I know, like wondering when it's going to end, eh?
Seems like this year's a bit of a write-off already.
Aye, I know.
So
Great.
I seen you in the paper this week actually, just talking about obviously the issue when it comes to Brexit, and obviously the last time I was speaking to you, it was just the difficulty in getting it through the NHS prescription. Now it's difficulty even getting it from the companies in general. I mean, what's it like from your side?
Oh, it's been a total stress. I mean, they basically gave us 2 weeks warning before letting us know that that it won't be allowed in, basically, which is just, and then said, well, there's other, you can get something else in the UK, which we can't.
Yeah.
We can't. It's not the same. It's not as strong. It's just not, and with epilepsy as well, you can't eat any small mess with any kind of medications, then it's not a very good idea. So
Yeah.
quite stressed about it. Mm-hmm.
I think the folk that are kind of playing about with this don't see it on the ground. They don't have somebody sitting in front of them, because I think that's the main thing that goes absent for a lot of people's minds, is like when you've got a child that's sitting in front of you, and then straight away you're going to see the noticeable difference, and it's a traumatic experience. I don't need to tell you that. Obviously, you're sitting with a very visible, traumatizing experience based on somebody that's sitting in a suit going, well, I can wait a couple of weeks.
It's no. I mean, Murray's not had a seizure since June 2019.
Excellent.
And even the thought of him having a seizure now terrifies me, considering he had hundreds, like he had every single day he had a seizure. Now I'm just terrified. Aye. But
I mean,
hopefully,
what are they proposing as an alternative? Have they proposed any alternatives?
no, they haven't. They've basically left it up to us to go and find our own thing, which is just fantastic, isn't it? Like, no help. I mean, I have been told that the Department of Health, I know that the chief pharmaceutical officer in Scotland, they're all working with the Department of Health to try and find a solution.
Right.
But we've not heard anything yet of a solution.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think we've all, our importer brought in 3 months supply just at the tail end of last year. So we know we've got oil in the UK that's going to last us till the end of March. But after that, if things aren't sorted, I mean, I would go back over to Holland and bring it back.
Yeah.
Which is a major step backwards, because that's how I started, whenever I started giving Murray the oil, that's how I started doing it. And I don't want to have to do that again, because it was stressful.
Yeah.
Really stressful. So yeah, I'm just hoping that something is sorted.
Yeah, at least there's that small window. I mean, that's like 8 weeks at the very most. But as we know, when it comes to like bureaucratic processes, 8 weeks is nothing.
Aye. They take years to sort things out. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly. And when it's not affecting them directly, they don't really give a fuck very much when it comes to this.
I know.
Situation,
I know.
The thing, you see it all around the UK. There's like hundreds of families that got children, but the thing is, when it comes to adults as well, there's hundreds of thousands of people that are going to be negatively affected by this process. And I think when it came to the Brexit thing, Scotland didn't even ask for this in the first place.
Aye. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And yet we're being negatively affected by it. So, I mean, I take it you guys just in the exact same process, you're just waiting around and hoping for the best in the next couple of weeks?
Aye, exactly. We're just waiting around and seeing what happens. We're not involved in any of the conversations down south. None of the parents are. We just have to trust that they're going to sort it. But, I mean, like Matt Hancock's told us a handful of times that he understands, and, with regards to the funding of the oil, and he'll help. And he's never helped at all. So it does make you a bit worried,
Yeah.
Are they going to help with this? Mm-hmm.
Especially because of the fact that it's as you mentioned, it's 100% in the control of Westminster. I mean, does Nicola Sturgeon even respond to these kind of things?
No, no. But I think her, like the chief pharmaceutical officer, they are dealing with it. So, and that's who you would expect her to pass that sort of stuff on to. But yeah, they could be doing more. She could be speaking out more about it, really.
Yeah. Annoyingly, you know, it comes into it comes to these important issues that she uses COVID as a distraction. Oh, we'll get away from absolutely anything that could be done and fixed at the moment, and
Mm-hmm.
we'll just focus on COVID, which is this everlasting fucking legislation.
I know they all seem to be doing that. Yeah, and I mean it is important, like to get a handle on it. But you know, there's other things as well. Like they're going on about hospitals being full. I mean, if they don't keep this medicine coming in, they're going to straight away have another like 40 children in hospital.
Yeah,
You know, it's just it's not good.
it's going to get out of control unless they put the lid on it. And the thing is, do you think is it possible? Is it a possibility that they're going to the Dutch pharmacists are going to just eventually just accept a UK prescription and just like as a exceptional circumstance? Do you think that's possible?
I don't know. It just depends what the government and the Dutch government agree. You
Yeah,
know, just what they agree to do. So we don't know anything yet,
yeah.
unfortunately.
No, there's
I
just
do know that the pharmacist that makes oil in Holland, he is brilliant. He is really good, and he does, you know, he doesn't want our kids not to get his oil. He knows because we're in touch with him, and he knows how well our kids are.
yeah.
So I think he is having conversations and trying to help as well.
Yeah. And the thing is, both medicines that Murray's on as well, they're not produced by GW, which has the license for the UK.
No, they're not
Yeah.
at all. He's tried Epidiolex, which is GW's, and it did reduce the seizure lengths at the
Yeah.
start. Then it just stopped working completely, and he ended up in status. I know it was awful.
Yeah. So they
Yeah.
should really have something else in play. You know, there shouldn't be just a situation where there's just a medicine that's like fucking 3 buses and a ferry away to get it. It's ridiculous.
I know. I know, like you think like with GW, I mean they've been there for a long time and they've only produced Sativex for MS sufferers and there's MS sufferers that cannot get that. I know
Yeah.
somebody actually recently that they just say we can't prescribe it. I mean, and this is a medicine that they actually can prescribe, you know.
Yeah.
And they've got like Epidiolex and why haven't they got any other, you know, why haven't they made anything else with the
Yeah.
THC? It's just crazy considering all around the world there's all these reports and everything that you know that they're using it and it's helping people.
Yeah. No, it's exactly, Karen, in particular because of the fact that GW has like 130 patents for specific medicines, and yet, as you've perfectly mentioned, it's like what, two are available, and then the conditions that are applicable to that those two medicines are like a handful at best. It's an embarrassment.
I know it's just I know like what are they doing? You know, I just sit here going, what are they doing?
It's, do you know what it feels like? It feels like
Yeah.
they're playing the long con. That's what this feels like. It feels like this is just the long con they already have a predestined destination laid out that is going to benefit them personally. And then these are the small, incremental, seemingly confusing steps to anybody that's not a part of it. It's just like, what are they doing? But if you actually knew the direction, it would seem relatively logical because they're walking towards
Yeah.
their own pockets.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And annoyingly,
But
people like it's people like your son and you know and many others are negatively affected by this situation. So yeah, just I thought I'd get in contact, Karen, just because of the fact that this is the beginning of the year and we're dealing with the same issue that we had last year. But it's been brought into a new context now. You know, so I really hope that it's small sigh of relief for anybody that requires medicine in the next couple of months. But after that, that's still the window's drawn close to close to an end quickly.
yeah, I know. And I mean, even like just say they don't get it sorted out and we are running out of oil, then I will want to go to Holland. But then with COVID and everything, am I actually going to be able to go to Holland, you know,
Yeah.
because of all this as well? So yeah, I'm trying not to worry about it. I'm just waiting to see what happens.
Yeah, no, it's the best thing to do, Karen, definitely. And I do think I mean, surely I think the more noise that we make, the quicker then the best response we'll get. Because, like I say, we don't have time in 2 months' time or 3 months. 3 months' time will be too late. You know, 3 months' time to then for then these people to go right. We'll put through legislation that's going to take 6 weeks to pass, and then at this point in time, people like Murray and many others are going through traumatic experiences based in a medicine that's essentially 2 streets over almost.
Exactly. It's just crazy, isn't it? And I mean, like the you know the oils that they've got here through the clinics that they're not this you know they're not the same. Yeah, they might help some other people, but the way I see it, and the other parents do as well. You know, our children are doing really really well on this. Like look at Murray. You've got to look at children like Ben, who's like so much better as well. Like we don't want to have to change oils, you know,
Yeah,
because that is the oil that is helping our kids.
yeah.
So it's quite worrying. I mean, God, if Murray was still having seizures, I would change. I would change to see if something else could help, you know. But I'm just too scared to change it. It's just, it's
I
not
th-
good, not good situation.
You actually said it the best, and I think it was in the newspaper when it said, "Why, if you've got a medicine that works, why change it?" And it's exactly
Hmm.
that. It's like, why change something that works perfectly? There are obviously homegrown alternatives, and if we did have like a lab facility that we could get the exact quantification for the cannabinoid profile, which was identical to the medicine, then that would fix the situation. But that's again not
Yeah.
a position that's in place at the moment.
Yeah, not at the moment. I mean, that's what you would hope. You would hope that would happen,
Yeah.
but well, you'll just have to wait and see. Yeah, what they come up with, basically. Hopefully, it's good. Hopefully, they're going to help the children. So,
Yeah, well, I'll keep my fingers crossed for you, Karen, and all the best for the near future. And fingers crossed this gets sorted before the time runs out, essentially.
yeah, I know. Or I'll be asking a few people if they want to go to Holland.
Yeah, well, I'll join you in that.
Stand round me at customs so they don't get me.
I
Oh, I
thought
can
you should.
laugh, but it's no funny.
No, I know, I know. You shouldn't have
Oh.
said that on camera. You're going to have a huge troop of people that'll be like, "I'll join you, Karen. That's my perfect destination."
Brilliant.
No, that's great. Well, thanks very much for your time, Karen. This has been brilliant as always.
Thank you. You too.
Thanks to Karen for giving me her time, and thanks to you for sticking around until the end of the video. I sincerely hope you enjoyed the content. I'll see you next time.